Welcome. Good afternoon. Happy Friday, everyone. It's your main man, Sam, from Huge Fantasy Football. And my summer vacation is over, but the slow draft best ball summer continues on as fantasy football heats up. I tried to share this with some friends recently, and I got some pushback. One of my good friends called me Spam instead of Sam for all the invites I was sending him, which I thought was pretty funny. So hat tip to you, Deuce. He real good. So, but despite that, mock draft is not a commitment like a season-long fantasy league. A best ball draft, you draft, and then the computer picks your best players each week. There's no waivers, no ad drop, no trades. You're stuck with the players you draft. So, with my group of friends and I, we do $5 each draft, just so you have real money. It's real people. Unlike mock drafts, you're not drafting against a lot of bots or people that quit. So I prefer mock draft with real people. It could be people you know. It could be friends. Um, some people would say you don't want to give away your draft strategy, but at the same time, you don't necessarily want the same players in best ball as you would for your season-long leagues. And based on draft position, it's not always going to work out. You're not always going to get the exact guys you want. So it's good practice and it's a lot of fun. I think especially with people you know, or like most of this group of guys I've been drafting with this summer are friends of friends. I don't really know them personally, but we have a lot of fun in the chat, and they're all great dudes. So the end of the week, come home from work, and I was on the clock in both drafts I'm doing now. We have 8 hour clocks in this draft, but it pauses for overnight time hours from like 10 to 8 a.m. or something like that. But my clock was running out, so I had to make a pick here. So you can see in the sixth round, this is my team here. I just took Jaden Daniels, and I was able to complete my stack here. I got Terry McLaurin in the fifth round just before that, which I like the value there. It's the first time I'm able to get the stack of Jaden and McLaurin together. Also, looking at my team, should start by saying both of these drafts I've been trying a hero RB build, which means I draft two running backs in the first two rounds and lock up those positions, get two top end running backs, and then fill in receiver and everything else after that. Revisit running back later. So I'm picking ninth here. So I got Amarian Hampton. Some people would say it's a bit of a reach, but I see him going at the end of the first round consistently. And if you want him, you got to take him there. I followed that up with Saquon Barkley in the second. This was really tempting here to not go hero RB because Drake London and Justin Jefferson also fell past me. So I definitely considered. Jefferson there is crazy, and I've been wanting to get London on a team too. But I get Barkley, and I'm glad I did because Nico Collins, a guy I'm not, very high on. I don't love Nico Collins, but he's there at the 3-9. You got to take him there. He's there with T. Higgins goes next, then McMillan. Like, you still have to put Collins slightly ahead of those other guys, I think. Then I follow that up with another guy who's going way too late for me, just like he went way too late last year and won people leagues, Chris Olave. And now the reports are saying Jordan Tyson is going to be out with an injury for some indeterminate amount of time. So I'm just taking Olave wherever he falls to me in the fourth, late third round, even. I love Igbuka. I love Burden, Waddle. I think I'd rather have Olave over all those guys. Call me crazy. He's got the proven production history and a good offensive coordinator and a good system. So I'm snatching up Olave. I like McLaurin for a bounce back season. So then I have two running backs and three receivers, my starting lineup, and Jaden there in the sixth round after Lamar goes, and I get the stack there. I haven't been going quarterback that early in basically any of these leagues, but I grabbed it there. Another thing I just wanted to note is here, Bucky Irving was really tempting in the fifth round. Another guy I did not like coming in the offseason, but he seems like one of those guys where just the hate has gone too far. There's reports the offensive coordinator loves him. It's been a while since that shoulder injury. There were some scary quotes suggesting he wouldn't be, ready till the fall, quote unquote. But if Bucky Irving's healthy, the guy who's going the second round after an awesome rookie year last year, and now he's going in the fifth, I would have taken him here if he fell back to the sixth. I think he's one of those guys that all the experts hate. He's got all the red flags, so he's a value. Same thing with Travis Achan here. Last year Olave and Achan were a big part of the team that won me dad leagues because they were guys that had a lot of red flags, guys that people were on a lot of hate or avoid lists by a lot of experts, so they went as values and won people a lot of money. So probably should have taken him over Jaden Daniels there, but I really wanted to have a stack. I have a team with McLaurin and Jaden, so I went there. So those are the main things that jumped out to me about that draft. And this is a pretty standard lineup. This is a draft I'm hosting. That was the other thing I was going to say. If you want to get into best ball, there are ways to join random leagues, of course, but send me a message, leave a comment, and I'll invite you to one of mine. Because, like I said, I love to spread the gospel of best ball. Not just the big contests like Underdog; those are fun too. Even just a $5 draft with your friends. To me, it's a slow draft that goes over several days. To me, it's so much more fun than doing a mock draft by yourself. Got to look at the roster here for the league settings, and we have 2 running backs, 3 receivers, 1 tight end, a receiver running back flex, a receiver tight end flex, and then like 11 bench spots to have, I believe, 20 rounds. So for this league, again, hero RB, lock up 2 strong running backs at the beginning of the end of the first round, and then I love the 3 receivers: Nico Collins, Olave, McLaurin. Love that. Now in this league, we have one guy, it's kind of a mystery, who joined. We took Joe Burrow in the first and George Kittle in the second, but the rest of his draft has been reasonable. So I don't know. I don't know who this guy is. I don't know what his deal is, but I'm going to call him out again, semi-big guy, because I don't know who you are, and I thought you were tanking my draft. But you've made good picks the last few rounds, so I'll give it up for that. Okay, I want to look at one other draft here where I'm on the clock, and my league mates have been waiting for me to make a pick. So sorry if any of you guys are watching, and thank you. But I was excited to get home from work and have draft picks to make. I didn't want to make them at work and rush them. This is fun for me. So this is being hosted by a guy who hosts a lot of the best ball drafts I've done this summer, and he has some kind of wild format. So I want to look at that first because it does change the strategy also. So here we have quarterback, 1 running back spot, 1 receiver spot, a tight end spot, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flexes. So also, it's a 16-team league. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. This stuff is fun, man. It's kind of cut off there. But you see, I'm picking 16 in a 16-man draft. So even though there's only 1 required running back spot, I decide I'm still going to try this hero RB and take the best 2 running backs, guys that usually go in that second round. Here, Devon Achane falls to me. And usually, his ADP is a little bit higher. This is PPR also. So Achane's, maybe a little risky with the bad offense and being a smaller guy, but again, that's a value. That's the only reason why he's fallen there. He's got proven production. He's one of the fastest guys in the league. So give me Achane there in the PPR league with the last pick of the first round. Then I come back and get Chase Brown there, which a lot of guys in the community, experts, creators have Chase Brown valued as a first round value too. So I like starting out with those 2. I made the joke, hey, I get 2 out of the top 17 players in a 16-man league, right? So you got to spin things positively. So then we have another 32 picks or whatever. Then I get my receiver, Garrett Wilson. This is also just a slight tight end premium. I believe an extra quarter point per reception. I really started a run on tight ends here with Tyler Warren, which I like the extra boost of PPR for him. And since there's only 4 required position spots, I locked that down. So I've got Tyler Warren as my tight end. Now I can literally take best player available with every pick. So here I locked up Tyler Warren last round, last time I was on the clock. So I've got a running back. I got 2 running backs, a receiver, and a tight end. There's only 4 position committed positions here. So since I'm not going to be on the clock for a while, I could look quarterback here and I could lock that down, or I could wait and take a quarterback late. But again, 16 teams. So once quarterbacks start going, the pickings are going to be scarce. I don't mind waiting on quarterbacks. It might be something I look at next round. But it's good I got Tyler Warren where I did, because I kind of kicked off a run where love them at the beginning of the third. I take Warren the first pick of the fourth. Then you have Fannin, Kraft, Likely, Laporta, Pitts, Kincaid all go before my next picks. So I like how that worked out. So let's see the top guys on the clock. Jalen Hurts. I don't really want to use a pick on Jalen Hurts here. If I took a quarterback, it might be Caleb Williams here, or Jackson Dart with the upside. Justin Herbert looks great. If I want any of those guys, I have to take him here. Chuba is injured, so I'm not going to take Chuba in this. Let's see. Brooks has not gone yet. Yes, he has. Yes, Jonathan Brooks went a few picks ago, so he's not an option. If I want a running back, I'm looking at Rico Dowdle, Kenny Gainwell, Jordan, probably too early for Jordan Mason. So what I probably want to do here is I want to take a receiver, Marvin Harrison. Not my favorite player. Peterson, Lemon are hurt. See, look, this is just what the fifth round. The pickings are already pretty scarce here at wide receiver. Josh Downs would be an option here, but he's hurt also. What's his deal? Let's see. He returns to practice today. Didn't wind up missing too much time. So you know what? I think Quentin Johnson could be an option here too. Really, it feels like reaching, but in a 16-team league in the sixth round, Kittle, Ferguson are the top tight ends. Again, running backs not looking great. So let's see. Don't really have any stack possibilities now with Garrett Wilson as my receiver. I'm not going to take Geno Smith or Daniel Jones here. So Godwin also getting good reports. Again, all the starting spots are flex positions. A lot of good receivers just went. Watson, Parker Washington, Mike Evans, Rome Dunze, Michael Wilson, Brian Thomas all go before me. So this is what I'm left with. Not taking Metcalf, not taking Marvin. Probably should take Marvin Harrison here, right? Maybe is that a hedge because I haven't picked him basically anywhere, and I traded him in Dynasty. You know what? No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna maybe reach a little bit. I don't care. I'm taking Josh Downs to add another receiver. Now here, maybe I take Harrison or Godwin, or I take Caleb Williams or Jackson Dart for the rushing upside. If not, then I'm waiting on quarterback and hoping someone comes back to me. Chuck, Baker, Goff, Bo Nix, Stafford, Dak. Those guys are all still there. Some guys have picked quarterbacks. I'm gonna roll the dice. I'm taking Marvin Harrison because it's it's too good of a value. He's another guy who's caught in a lot of negative attention this year. And again, not a player I'm in love with, but when the price gets to a certain point, you just got to say thank you and take it. So taking Marvin Harrison there. Did not think those would be my picks when I started this video, but there I get two more starters out of my five. Now I have 3 out of my 5 flex positions filled. I don't have a quarterback, but I'm 3 flexes. Wow, 6 flexes. So now I'm 3 flexes and a quarterback away from filling out my starting lineup. And this draft is going to go 20 rounds with 16 teams, so it's going to go deep. All right, so that's all I got for today. 21 rounds, even. Is that right? Yep, 21 rounds, 16 teams. So those are my thoughts for the day. And again, let me know if you want it on a best ball draft. Let me know what you think in the comments. Are there any players that you're not taking no matter the discount, whether that be Mike Evans, who's been falling, or Marvin Harrison, Chris Olave, guys like that, right? Even if you're not a big fan of a guy, you're still taking him if they drop far enough. Or are you somebody that just says, no, thank you, I'm out, you're out, you're out? Let me know. All right. Thanks, guys. Hope you have a great weekend. Peace out.